Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have DeVerter, Chief Technology Evangelist at Rackspace Technology, to discuss how business leaders are leveraging AI and machine learning technology to improve efficiencies, reduce manual processes, and improve customer experience. Jeff, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Jill, thanks so much for having me on.
You got it. With the mass implementation of AI and ML across industries, how are these technologies key to driving efficiencies during uncertain economic times?
It's a great question. A lot of people are asking themselves the same question: is how do they do more with less? And AI is absolutely one of those technologies that fits that bill. You're finding places where humans used to have to do tons and tons of work. A technology called robotic process automation is one of those areas where technology is helping to do the things, those manual processes that people used to do. You also find it a lot in different verticals like healthcare and financial services.
How are business leaders using AI and ML to improve efficiencies, reduce the manual processes, and also improve customer experience?
Yeah, great questions as well. So when you think about where AI fits in and where it does well, you have to think of it as this technology that's built on top of a lot of machine learning and a lot of automation. And so you look for those processes that requires the dealing with tons and tons of data. So artificial intelligence is a great place to put it, to apply to business intelligence. Think about those reports that you would get on your desk or in your email, and you'd have a million questions. Now you can ask those questions of the report that's being given to you. You can look at annual sales for last year. You can see that March was down, and you can ask the report, why were sales down in March? You also find it in customer experience as well. We all know that a lot of the times when we're calling into different businesses, it's not really a human that we're talking to, whether it's a voice or even a text chat, but there's AI behind the scenes that's helping not only just direct your call and solve your problem, but it's listening to sentiment. It's listening to how you're getting along in that environment to help increase the experience and get you to a resolution faster.
How has the expansion of the cloud and AI transformed the way businesses operate?
It's absolutely hand in hand. We think of AI as something that's brand new. We've just started hearing about it in mass this year with the emergence of ChatGPT. But AI is a technology that's been around since people have been working with it since the 80s, even before then. But we've lacked a few things to be able to do it in mass. We've lacked the ability to store data. We've lacked access to that data, and we've lacked the compute power and processing that we've needed. The cloud has changed all of that. It's allowed us to bring all of that data into a single location, to be able to process it holistically, and then to apply a model that's been trained on a whole lot of computing processing power and allow it to be used by us in mass in business.
And of course, the key question, do you foresee a loss of jobs due to the proliferation of AI in businesses?
Well, I'll answer that question in two ways. The first is yes, but I also see the creation of a lot of jobs in the same way. Think about every technology evolution that's come along. There have been times when people have lost their jobs. We don't employ rooms and rooms of typists anymore because that's everyone's job. Think about example after example of that. So yes, there will be a loss of jobs because, quite frankly, when we get down to the nitty-gritty in the details are where AI sings. Now, when it gets down to making intelligent decisions, that's where people still apply very well. I heard it said best once, and it was talking about using AI in healthcare. And AI is not going to drive doctors out of business, but doctors who use AI will drive those that don't out of business.
How can the C-suite navigate the intersection of AI and the cloud?
That's a really good question. And it's an important one because it's the pace at which AI is evolving is absolutely incredible. And so it's important that the C-suite pull together not just an individual or an AI czar, if you will, but a team of people, a cross-functional team who are paying attention to the trends, who are looking at ways that it can make a benefit in their organization, as well as how it's already being used by individuals inside of their organization as well. And it's important that they report and have an active conversation almost in real time because of the pace that things are changing.
And Jeff, you had mentioned off the top that healthcare is one of those industries that's leveraging this technology. What are some practical ways businesses are using AI today?
Yeah, so in healthcare, you can think about it. Nobody reads an X-ray like an AI bot at this point. In fact, there have been questions of should we even train medical students how to read X-rays, because when you think about the minutia of data that's got to be understood, that's where AI does an extraordinarily great job. You can think about AI on the manufacturing line as well, looking at quality control. You can think about how AI is helping, I already mentioned customer service, but quite frankly, AI, if not already touching, will touch every single industry. This is one of those technologies like the cloud that will impact every industry.
But Jeff, when you talk about reading X-rays or someone on the manufacturing line, let's say, for example, a computer goes down, and it happens all the time. Do you think they should have some sort of a working knowledge of how to read things if that isn't automatically available to them?
I do. I do think that there is a base understanding, because you should be able to. I'm a firm believer that people need to be critical thinkers and be able to think for themselves. So they need to be able to take those results and interpret them appropriately. And I also think that one of the areas also that's incredible with AI right now is, I mentioned that in order for these models to be trained, it takes an incredible amount of compute power. One of the areas where innovation is absolutely exploding is, how do we take these trained models and teach them how to work and operate in very constricted environments? So as opposed to the X-ray machine needing to send their data off to the cloud to be computed, the X-ray machine being able to analyze that data.
All right, Jeff, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.